Goa, being a home to many ethnic communities and tribes, boasts some of the best dances in the country. Dances are an expression of Goa's rich culture and heritage. These dances are not performed for entertainment but also show some social messages and depicts the lifestyle of the tribes and other communities of Goa. Now we'll see some of the tribal dances performed by the Goans. Kunbi tribes were the earlier settlers of Goa. These people mostly settled in the Salsette Taluka. They were converted under the influence of Portuguese rule. Though they got converted into Christians, they still maintain their non-Catholic practices. That is, till date they still practice Kunbi dance. And they are considered to be the agricultural people. That is, they come under agricultural class. Today, they are categorized as OBC, that is also known as other backward class. Kunbis have a rich tradition of art and culture, to which they attach a particular importance. This dance is distinctive to the tribes and is quite famous in Goa because it is known to portray the social theme. This folk dance is mainly performed by the women folk and the steps are very fast and graceful. These performances are done by the women very elegantly. This dance is solely performed on social gatherings and occasions. The song and the dance belong to the pre-Portuguese era and is uniquely social but not religious. Here is an example of Kunbi song. The coy bride is filling the pitcher in the ankle-deep water of the rivulet, and a fish called Tigur is winking at her. The women performing such dances dress themselves in a simple manner that confirms the tribe's tradition. They also dress in a colorful manner that depicts some art form. They tie up their hair in a net bun and decorate it with some flowers and garlands. They too wear some jewels. That includes necklaces, chains, earrings and bangles. Any folk dances of Goa, be it Dhalo or Fugdi, is incomplete without the red checked cotton sari, that is known as the Kunbi sari or the Adivasi sari. This 6-yard sari is locally known as the kapad and it is predominantly worn by the women belonging to the tribal communities. It is simply pleated at the waist and which usually used to be the pallu is drawn across the chest and the back over the right shoulder to form a knot. Traditionally, no blouses were worn along with the sari. So, this is it, all about Kunbis, their dance practices and their dressing styles. So, we move on to the next kind of tribal dance, that is Dhalo. Dhalo is a dance form performed by Kunbis, Bandari, Kapit, Naik and Gaudi communities. Legends tell us that Radha used to sing love songs known as Dhalo to Lord Krishna, and earlier Dhalos were referred only to as love of Lord Krishna and Radha. Later people developed it and they also started to sing praises of other gods too. And this dance form is performed only by women and it's a way to worship Mother God for protecting our houses. Dhalo is performed in the Hindu month Pausha on a moonlit night. It's mostly celebrated for 5, 7 or 9 days. Women of any age group can participate in this dance. These women form 2 parallel rows or semicircle that consists mostly of 12 women. The women in each row link themselves with arm around the back arrangement. They mostly sing Konkani or sometimes Marathi song while dancing. The dance steps basically involves prancing backward and forward. The place where Dhalo is performed is called as Talyacho Mand, which simply means an open space. This mand is considered sacred and wearing footwear in the mount is not allowed. Dhalo is performed for praying for divine intercession so that it rescues them from all the evil powers and maintain peace and relation in the village. It is performed on a full moon day called Dalyachi Punav. The song mainly focuses on the nature, which refers to the flora and fauna, but it also reflects the stories of their day-to-day life and the love towards the nature. This dialogue comes to an end called Mand Shimpane, which simply means sprinkling water on the mand. Women offer thali that consists of rice, moong and jaggery, which is then prepared and served to those present. The leader, locally known as Mandkan, invokes a salutation to the Mother Earth, the divinity, and seeks blessing for the whole village and for the festival rituals. The women sing about the ornaments, clothes, and looks of gods. This singing continues till late in the night. Around the midnight, there are various dances and games that get started. There are many stories that get narrated and many events that get depicted through these dances and songs. It is very interesting to know that these dances and songs are very traditional and there are no involvement of any props. Now we proceed ahead to the next kind of dance, that is the Dhangar dance. This dance is a well-known dance performed by the shepherd communities called the Dhangars. Dhangars were the shepherd communities migrated from the Saurashtra region and have settled in the hilly regions of north and northwestern parts of Goa. This Dhangar dance is also called as Dhangari Gaja dance. They, like people of Gujarat, observe Navaratri with great zeal and earnestness. In this 9-day-long religious observance, the head of the family fasts throughout, only taking a cup of milk every day. On the 10th day, all the families observing Navaratri bring their family deities to a particular place where the ceremonial dance is performed with devotion. The Dhangar dance is performed only by men, and each dancers dress themselves in the ceremonial outfit that consists of the white dhoti, white kurti with red embroidery, a turban and with colorful handkerchiefs. The dance is vigorous as it is performed with devotional zeal. The music that is predominantly percussive is produced by dhol, which is a barrel-shaped drum, thag, a pair of cymbals, and a drone called as taso. The dances basically start with a slow footwork which is then accompanied with a beat of dhol. Generally, the dancers move along with the dhol players. This is how the dance is performed. Now we come to the sad reality. There are hardly any dance classes that teach these folk dances in Goa. But there are very few classes that teach these art forms. But they receive a very few number of enrollments as compared to the other dance forms. Folk dances are meant to be passed from generations to generations. But it's very hard to find young members in the folk dance troupes. The villagers preserve these dance forms. Folk dances are associated with many different kind of festivals, communities, etc. It is hereditary. These youngsters seem not to pay much interest in these dance forms. And the reason behind this is they have seen their fathers, forefathers dedicating their life in this art form and have gained nothing from this. So, if these artists are given financial support and maintenance and encouragement for performing such dances from the authorities and all the members of the society, then people will keep these dance forms alive. In conclusion, it's very important to preserve the folk dances as it's important part of our heritage and identity. It's our responsibility to keep these folk dances alive so that we can pass them to the next generation. If they get extinct now, it will be injustice for our own next generation. Remember, folk dances, folk arts are story of our very own life. It's treasure and they have to be preserved.